Hi beta. Today we are going to discuss about the topic liquids. In liquids, our main target is how liquids are affected with temperature. Liquids affect with temperature. That is our main target. Now, whenever we do heating, that means by heating the liquids, if we heat any liquid, they will expand. If you just cool the liquid, what will happen? They will get contract. This is the general phenomena what we observe. When liquid cools, they contracts and liquid expands on heating. So this is our general phenomena what we know about this one heating. Because of heating what will happen? The liquids expand. Because of cooling what will happen? The liquids get contracts. This is our general phenomena, nothing to worry about that. Now coming to here, what about the volume of liquid depends on temperature. Generally for any liquid, if you observe, if you increase the temperature, temperature is increased, automatically volume also will increase. So we can write the relation between these two as volume is directly proportional to temperature. Volume is directly proportional to temperature. So volume is increasing with respect to temperature. And if you observe the relation between density and temperature, we can write inverse relation. Why inverse relation for density and temperature? Because we know mass is equal to density into volume. Whenever if you heat, mass of the liquid is not going to change. What we are going to observe the effect here? Density and volume. Density is inversely proportional to volume. If you heat a liquid, volume will increase and density will decrease, but total mass of the liquid is not going to affect. The total mass of the liquid will remain same. So by heating, mass of the liquid is not affected, only density and volume. So density is inversely proportional to volume. So now when temperature increases, what happens? Volume increases. And when temperature decreases, volume decreases. Temperature if you increase, volume also will increase. If you decrease temperature, volume also will decrease. But density, what we can observe for density relation? Inverse. Temperature increases, density decreases. Temperature decreases, density increases. Because density and volume are inversely related. I hope you are clear with this information what I have given now about the basic idea about effect of temperature on liquid. Or for all the liquids same sir? Yes, same. But for water we have one special quality. For water, that is between 0 degrees centigrade to 4 degrees centigrade, its behavior is different. For water between 0 degrees centigrade to 4 degrees centigrade, its behavior is different from other liquids. What is the difference, sir? That we will observe later. About that one, and we call it as anomalous expansion of water. That is between 0 degrees to 4 degrees centigrade. We call it as anomalous expansion of water. So I hope you are clear now about this one. Next, let us observe what is the liquids. In liquids, coming to the expansions, means we have two types of expansions in liquids. One is real expansion. This is the first one is about real expansion, and second one is about apparent expansion. What is this real expansion, apparent expansion, sir? The problem is we can't heat liquid alone. Liquid cannot be heated alone. Directly, can you heat the liquid? No, we can't heat directly by liquid without any vessel. We can't heat it. Liquid cannot be heated alone. So if you want to heat a liquid, we need a container. To heat a liquid. So if you want to heat a liquid, we also use container. Without container, directly we can't heat the liquid. That is the problem with the liquids, beta. Liquids can't be heated without container. So we need the container to heat the liquids. There has to be hole in some container. That is why the container shape itself called the shape of the liquid. Liquids don't have any shape. Whatever the container shape we are taking, the shape of the liquids are also same. So liquids don't have special shapes. Container shape only liquid shape. Because liquids cannot be taken alone for heating. Liquids can be heated by taking some container. Like that we can give the information. So what is real expansion? Coming to here we have two terms, real expansion and apparent expansion. Real expansion means what we told that one, actual expansion of liquid. That means if you neglect the container expansion, if you don't take container expansion, only liquid expansion if you observe, then it is called as real expansion or absolute expansion. That means here we are taking only what expansion? Yes, only liquid expansion. Container expansion is negligible. Container expansion here, container expansion is negligible. We are not discussing about container expansion. Container expansion is negligible. And when container expansion is negligible and we are discussing only about the expansion of liquid, then we call it as real expansion. Then what is apparent expansion, sir? That is what we know, we are taking container and we are pouring the liquid in the container. Well done. So during liquid is expanding, container also expands, because container also expands, because container solids. We know that temperature affects not only liquids but also solids. So solids also can be affected. So we have to take a container for liquid heating. For heating the liquid we need container. So when we are taking the container here, what we can conclude, container if you are taking means, yes, whenever you are taking container, the container also expands with respect to liquid. Container also expands with respect to liquid. So that expansion of the liquid, now the expansion of the liquid relative to the container, that is called as apparent. Because we can't observe only liquid expansion because of container takes place. In the previous case, real expansion means we must not use, that means container expansion will take negligible, container expansion will take it as negligible container expansion. Then we are discussing it is called as actual expansion. That is only we are calling it as real and absolute expansion. But now generally what will happen? Container also expands. Now during container expanding, the expansion of the liquid is measured, is called as apparent expansion. During container expansion, the expansion of the liquid is measured as apparent expansion. I hope you are clear with the difference between real expansion and apparent expansion. Nothing. Real expansion means only liquid expansion alone. Apparent expansion means liquid expansion relative to the container, because here container expands also. That is the information we can take for real and apparent expansion. I want to give one more information here. That is, if you observe in solids, we have three types of coefficient of expansions: alpha, beta, gamma. Alpha is linear, beta related to areal, and gamma related to volume. In solids we have like this information. When our solids are expanding, they expand in lengthwise, they can expand in area wise, they can expand in volume wise. But the problem is liquids not like that. Liquids don't have linear and areal, because liquid is taken in a container. We have to explain Only volume expansion. Only volume expansion for liquids. For solids not like that. For solids means linear, areal and volume. But liquids means only volume. We don't have linear and areal. We don't have those two. Because solids is taken in a container. Length of solid and length of solid. Suppose you have taken solid here. Solid means container. It has linear, areal, volume expansion. Lengthwise it can expand, area wise it can expand, volume wise it can expand. But liquid can't have length. We don't have length of the liquid or area of the liquid. We don't take. We take the volume of the liquid. Volume of the liquid. So they don't have linear and areal expansions. Only volume expansion liquids. Because in our previous chapter expansion of solids, we discussed about linear expansion, areal expansion, volume expansion. But in liquids, we are discussing only about volume expansion. Only about volume expansion. I hope you are clear till here. Now, let us observe the next one is what is the information connecting the real expansion and apparent expansion connected information. Very important information this is. They are saying that for a small and same rise in temperature, for a small and same rise in temperature for container as well as liquid, increase in volume, real expansion, increase in real volume of liquid is equal to apparent plus the increase in volume of container, increase in volume of container. That means real expansion of liquid is equal to apparent expansion of liquid, apparent expansion of liquid plus container expansion, container expansion. So I can write real expansion is equal to what should I write? Apparent expansion of liquid plus container expansion. These two are related to liquids. So real expansion of liquid is equal to what we wrote here for small and same rise in temperature. Observe carefully here. For small and same rise in temperature, increase in volume, that is real increase in volume of that liquid is equal to sum of that is sum of addition, sum of what and what? Apparent increase in volume as well as increase in volume of the container containing vessel, increase in the volume of the containing vessel, container means this is related to what? Solids, and remaining two are related to what? Liquid. This is related real expansion of liquid, apparent expansion of liquid. How they are connected to each other? Real expansion, apparent expansion means for small and same temperature rise, we can write real expansion of liquid is equal to apparent expansion of liquid plus container expansion. Like that we can give the information here. I hope you are clear for this statement. For small and same rise in temperature, increase in volume, that is real expansion of volume of the liquid is equal to sum of apparent increase in volume and the increase in volume of containing vessel. Fine. Now let us observe what is coefficient of expansion of liquids, because in solids also, in our previous topic solids, we have alpha, beta and gamma, and this gamma is called as coefficient of volume expansion of solids, coefficient of volume expansion of solid. Now the same thing here we are discussing, this is in solids, we are taking this as gamma. Now coming to the liquids, also related to volume. Liquids don't have linear areal, I told you already, and liquids we discuss only about volume. But only about, when we are discussing about only about volume, the problem is here we have two things here. One is gamma R, other one is gamma A. In solids only one gamma, but here in liquids real expansion is there, apparent expansion is there. In liquids we have real expansion, apparent expansion. Without container expansion, and here with the container expansion, expansion of liquid without container expansion. Here expansion of liquid relative to container expansion. Expansion of liquid relative to container expansion. Like that we will have two coefficients. One is called gamma R. Other one is called gamma A. Coefficient of real expansion of liquid. This is coefficient of apparent expansion of liquid. So gamma R, gamma A, we have two coefficients. In solids only one coefficient, but in liquids because of container effect we have two coefficients. One is real, other one is apparent. I hope you are clear with this one now. Now let us observe gamma R, gamma A and gamma C, how they are related means gamma R equal to gamma A plus gamma C. Already we told for small change in temperature real expansion equal to apparent expansion plus container expansion. So that we can also connect the formula. With coefficients also. We have to connect the formula with coefficients. We can write the relation between gamma R and gamma A is gamma R is equal to gamma A plus gamma C. Gamma R is related to real expansion, gamma A is related to apparent expansion, and gamma C is related to container expansion. Gamma C means container expansion and is related to solids. In solids we also know that gamma equal to 3 alpha. In solids we know that gamma equal to 3 alpha. So that gamma C is equal to what we can write 3 alpha C. So gamma R equal to gamma A plus 3 alpha C. This is the relation between gamma R and gamma A. So I hope you are clear with the relations between gamma R and gamma A. This is a real expansion coefficient, apparent expansion coefficient of liquids. They are connected with gamma R equal to gamma A plus gamma C. So now if you observe what we discussed till now here means we discussed that we have the starting point. We told that liquids expands on heating and only except water it has different variation between 0 to 4 degrees. Remaining all liquids volume is directly proportional to temperature, density is inversely proportional to temperature. Water also same nature, but only between 0 to 4 degrees centigrade is different. We will explain in our next session. And next second one about liquids we discussed about real expansion, apparent expansion. Real expansion means container expansion negligible, only pure liquid expansion only. Apparent expansion is expansion of liquid relative to container. Then we discussed about real expansion is equal to apparent expansion plus container expansion, and we have coefficient two types, gamma R and gamma A. After that we told gamma R equal to gamma A plus gamma C. Gamma C means container expansion. Container expansion coefficient, volume coefficient of container expansion. We can also write 3 alpha C because container solids. Solid means linear also will be there. In solids topic we discussed gamma equal to 3 alpha in solids. So gamma of container equal to 3 alpha of container. So that gamma R equal to gamma A plus 3 alpha C. I hope you are clear with this one now.